Two-player Tuesdays, 4 games here with
Cody.
Cody over turf. All right, so we're gonna try to see what game Cody wants to play. No matter to you.
No.
So, all right. So Cody didn't have a big card game background. So, what do we do? What looks interesting?
You hadn't played God Terror yet?
Nope.
No.
Man, I got most of it down. I should have most of it down. Then that guy knows how to play. But we could do the God tier or something else.
Or Redlands. That's kind of neat.
Redlands looks pretty neat. Play a lot of Redlands.
You do?
Yeah. Redlands is badass. But, man, let's do this. It's always hard to see what to do.
What is Highlander? Is that based on the freaking?
Yeah, that's Highlander, like the show. I did Highlander before too, but what I haven't done is Codex on the camera.
Codex?
Codex. Yeah, let's do a Codex.
Alright.
But you say you've never played the Magic, right?
Not really.
Okay. Because I played Keyforge with Cody one time long ago. And then I think that might have been his.
Yeah, back when our old place was still open.
Back when Imagine was still open.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, we'll do Codex. We got a bunch of colors we can be, but we'll just start with red or green. You want to be red or green?
I'll be green.
Green, cool. Put all this other stuff up.
You bring out some crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
I've never heard of.
Oh yeah. But you say your wife doesn't usually come to the game
No.
stuff?
Or like, she won't be around a whole bunch of people.
Okay. But y'all have a lot of people at the house to play though, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't like to be around randoms. There's, try to get everything in the frame. Right. Good right there. Perfect. Yeah. All right. So there's in Magic and such, there's tokens, which are cards that never, that like if they ever get defeated or they get bounce to hand whenever they return to your hand, then they just cease to exist. They go back to the token pile. So I guess here goes some tokens. Just put blue tokens right there and colorless tokens. Something like that. Alright, maybe rules. Kind of like this is one of the games that you kind of want to play a bunch with the same person, kind of. There's all these little tiny rules. All right. Okay. So it's kind of a lot of stuff, but not just so much that stuff. But 20, we got these. So. 20 life we start with. 20 life. Yep. And then there's so since those are called tokens, we'll just call these shits instead of tokens. Shits. We should have did Redlands because it's simpler or whatever, but I just already got 2 videos of Redlands. We might play Redlands after this or something. Alright, so then we got these shits right here. And alright, so give you the rundown of the game. So first thing we'll do is we'll go in our book and take our starting cards out. And you say You really never played Magic like that. Okay, so these are what you call the commanders. They're gonna be these guys right here. So, well, I mean, in Magic they're called commanders. In Codex they're called heroes, and they have the level up abilities. So, they come out at level 1, so you put a level 1 counter on them, level 1. So, like it costs two gold to bring the guy out. We'll pretty much start the game with 4 or 5 gold. So this determines how many workers you have, which determines how much gold you make every upkeep. So the first player will roll off for first player, and then the first player, they get to go first or whatever, but they start out the game with 4 workers. Every turn you can put a card under your main worker or whatever to add another worker, just 1 per turn. So then you'll have 5 gold at the beginning of the turn next time. Okay. But yeah, put my so these heroes, they stay here until you bring them out or whatever for the 2 gold. Okay. Whenever they die, then they'll come back flipped up. You can't cast them. Casting is the cost for. Casting is like the name for playing stuff in Magic-like games. So like whenever this guy dies, he's face down. Then at the beginning of your turn, you can cast him again, something like that. But all right, so let's go. And then the next thing we'll do to set up is we should have 10 cards with a dot on them. So take out the 10 cards with the dot on them. That'll be our starting deck. So kind of like a deck building game.
Yeah.
That'll be our starting deck. Yep. Okay, I guess we'll do, like instead of rolling off, we'll be, guess which hand the gold is in. Alright, so the one that you pick, that'll be the one that if the gold is there, then you go first. Alright, so you go first. So you get 4 workers to start, I'll get 5, but you get to go first. Okay, then I'll kind of, so we got these 10 cards with the dot in our hand right now. That'll be our starting deck. So then we'll shuffle these, and then put that into take our first 5 card deck, 5 card hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put the rest in the draw pile.
Broke wrist. So yeah. That's the main reason I play cards. I can't shuffle it.
Okay.
Because I got broken wrist.
Okay, damn. Well, I mean, it's a pretty good game for you because you don't have to shuffle too often.
I like deck builders and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Like Arnak.
Arnak's great. You ever played Dune Imperium yet?
No.
Dune Imperium is great too. Put it right up there with Arnak.
Got the same kind of mechanism too, right? No.
Deck building and yeah, they compare them a lot. Just a lot of stuff going on in both games. Okay, so we got this 5 cards starting here, and then I'll kind of just go down the rules, and then we'll go from there. So shuffle each starting deck, 10 cards, put them face down. You also start with the bashing and finesse deck. Where is that? Okay, right here. That's just for the beginning. It's just for the starter and shit. But so you're green. So you'll get to specialize once you get to Tech 2. Right now we start at Tech 1. So you got to spend to build Tech 1.
Yeah, max is 6 workers.
Yep, you'll make 6 workers and 1 gold to go to Tech 2. Then this tech building, this is like a building, it has 5 health. So instead of attacking the player, the base or whatever, we both have 20 life, the base. You can also attack the tech building. So you can grow into one of these 3 specializations.
Okay.
I can grow into 1 or 2 of these 3 specializations. We'll go over that stuff in a second. Then we have these buildings right here. These are add-ons. They do extra crap or whatever. So we'll get to that in a second. Yeah. All right. Okay. Starting player gets 4 workers. Second player gets 5 workers. 4 workers, you get 4 gold. Yeah, 4 gold. So the workers dig up the gold or whatever. So I'll get 5. Each player draws a card, opening hand. 5 cards each. So you can bring out your hero and your units with gold. So like, you know, that one costs 2 gold to bring out. And then your creatures or whatever and spells. Creatures and spells. They cost the amount of gold on them. And without an active hero, you can't cast spells during your turn. So, for example, this one is a blood hero. This one is a fire hero. This one is an anarchy hero. So, but this is red magic. So any kind of card in this deck is going to be red magic because it's the red deck.
Okay.
But in my book though, I've got anarchy. So casting spells. So like this is an anarchy.
Oh, so this is like starting stuff.
What's up?
This is starting.
So this is an anarchy spell. So in order to cast an anarchy spell, I need an anarchy hero out. Okay. So the same goes for like a fire spell. You need a fire hero out to cast a fire spell. And then this yellow thing, that's the max level. In order to cast like an ultimate spell with a yellow background, you've got to have your hero at that level to be able to cast that ultimate spell. They've got to be at max spell, to be at max level to cast that max spell. Okay. +1/+1 rune is simply the green plus token. So when you have this out, say that you have this unit out. This unit has an attack of 3 and a health of 2. If you put this +1/+1 token on it, that would make it have +1 to each one of those stats. So it would have 4 attack and 3 health now. Okay. Gold carries over, so you don't lose your gold between turns, they carry over. The phases are ready phase, where you put your guy, whenever you attack with the guy gets rested. Just like key force. Then when you ready them, they ready. So that's the ready phase. Then the upkeep phase is gain gold for each worker you have. And you get and some cards have upkeep abilities. Then you got your main phase where you do most of your stuff in your turn, like attacking and such. Okay, then we've got the discard entire hand, then draw that many cards +2 to a max of 5. So if ever you play 3 cards, you're gonna always, like no matter what, you're gonna discard your hand. Then when you draw back up, so depending on how many cards you discard, it'll draw back up to a max of 5. So if you play discard 3, then you'll pick up 5 cards.
Okay.
Discard 5, you'll still pick up 5. Discard something like that. I'll get to it in a second. But you get it though. Discard entire hand, then draw that many cards +2. Yeah, so that's just what it is. And then take 2 cards from Codex face down into discard pile. So you will take. Basically, whenever you pass your turn, you're gonna pick out 2 cards from your book to put into your discard pile to draw into later, like a deck building game. Okay. Then while I'm taking my turn,
Take them out of the book. Okay.
and then okay, so then we got patrolling. Patrolling is these 5 spots right here. These are your defenders. That's where the defenders go. Okay. Yeah. So when patrolling, this guy would have +1 armor. Armor is like, you know, it basically just absorbs
If
1
you
hit.
attack me for 2, then you would only attack me for 1. Right.
Precisely. And taunt is you have to hit this guy before you hit anybody else that's on patrol. or anybody else out here. You've got to go through all these guys on patrol before you get to the guys out here.
Oh, and these guys come out here.
These guys they're kind of in what you call the command zone. They're pretty much untouchable till you bring them out. They're just in another dimension right now over here. Okay, so this guy right here, whenever he's out on patrol, he gets +1 attack, and then as soon as your turn starts, you can take your guys off of patrol. Then you can put them back on at the end of your turn to defend for the next guy. Okay. So this guy dies, gets +1 gold. This guy dies, you get +1 card. This guy has resist 1, which I think that's got something to do with flying or something. Okay. Cool. We back. All right. This one is kind of in depth, but it all comes together in a second, though. All right. Okay, so we'll go through the things you can do with the main phase. Main phase, you can play cards, summon the heroes, hire 1 gold. Hire 1 worker, which is you pay 1 gold. Pay 1 gold to hire a worker. Then you took a card face down under your starting worker. So it costs 1 gold to hire a worker. And then you can also activate creatures' tap abilities and stuff. Then you can attack, but guys have summoning sickness when attacking. So summoning sickness is when you put them out, they can't attack the first turn unless they have a keyword like haste. Haste means that you can attack and use tap abilities if they haven't on the same turn that they arrive.
Okay.
So that's summoning sickness. Okay. Defend with patrollers. So basically, at the end of your turn, you can move patrollers from previous spot, put them into patrol zone from your tap/able to attack zone. Yeah. Build tech buildings, which is spend a gold and have 6 workers, some crap like that. Okay. Build a tech building, level up a hero. Leveling up a hero would cost just 1 gold per level you want to go. They start at level 1 when you bring them out, you put a level 1 token on it. So it costs 2 to bring them out, then you can spend a gold to level it up as many times as you want to. So once you get to level 5, then it'll become a 3/4 instead of a 2/3. Then it'll have that ability. Then once you get to the ultimate level 8, then during your turn, this guy has flying. Flying is it flies over stuff, so only stuff with flying can hit it or block it or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Almost done, just let it do. But you know how board games are. Sometimes it's a gang of rules. Make sure this thing still going. All right, level up a hero. Then we have tech building 1, cost 1 gold and requires 6 workers. You need a tech 1 building to play tech 1 units. So for instance, in your book, you'll see that this page is full of tech 1 units. They say like at the bottom, this page is full of tech 2 units. Then this page will be full of, there's a few tech 3 units, not too many. Okay. Okay, so if a building gets destroyed, you take 2 base damage. All buildings have 5 life. Rebuilding a tech building costs no gold, but takes till the end of your turn to be completely rebuilt. Okay, specs. Specs are these ones. You get specs after building your tech 2 building.
Okay.
So
you guys have 6 workers and 1.
6 workers and spend 1 gold to build that tech 1. Now you choose a specialization at tech 2. Whenever you build that tech 2 building, you get a specialization. So basically, that's just saying you can use feral creatures now, or balanced creatures, or growth creatures now.
If you claim a temple, you can't make it bigger. When we claim it is right?
Okay, if you rebuild your tech 2 after it's been destroyed, you can't pick a different specialization. You're stuck with the same spec that you chose earlier. Okay, add-on. Each player can have one add-on at a time. These are the add-ons. There's 4 add-ons. There's a surplus or whatever. So surplus, upkeep, you draw a card, a free card. This one, and these things have a life, so you can attack these things and take their add-on. The add-ons go right here. So take building or add-on destroyed, then you take 2 damage to the base. When you lose all your base points, of course, you die. But this one is Tech Lab. You can add an additional tech spec. So you can have 2 specs if you have that thing. All right. And you can only have one, like I said. Okay, that's the add-ons. Okay, so attacking. Armor absorbs damage before HP. Any excess goes to HP. Heroes who die go back to the command zone face down. Squad leader already went over that. The spells can only be dealt by an appropriate hero. Like I said. Yep.
In order to do a fire spell, you gotta have fire or whatever.
Yep, and then level up hero, pay 1 gold per, no limit, kill an opposing. Whenever you kill an opposing hero, you gain 2 levels. Yeah. And leveling up heals all your current damage. Okay. So, and it retains all old abilities after leveling up. Okay, heroes, take 1 building out, you can have 1 hero out. So, take 1 building is out, you can have 1 hero out. But you can't have a hero until you build the tech 1 or whatever. Take 2 building out, can only have 2 heroes out. Take 3, you can have all 3 heroes out. Heroes arrive summoned at level 1, put a level 1 shit on them. Heroes on the battlefield of the wrong color, we're not even doing that. Main hero brings the starter deck of their type, yeah, same crap. Patrollers, squad leader, yeah. Summoning signals, the buildings. The building cards finish building immediately, but are no different from units in that you can't use exhaust abilities the turn they arrive. You can't tap anything that comes into play the turn it was summoned. Yeah. Yeah, it has summoning signals, yeah. So that's what that is. And the turn you bring a guy out, you can still put him on patrol. You just can't do.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the basics. That's the main thing of the game. All right. So. Yeah. So you're going first. You got the. Yeah. It's that take 1. Yeah, so to bring a hero out, you gotta get to take 1, I'm sure, yeah. So, and as you see, like some of these cards aren't any kind of tech card. Fire magic, all you gotta do is have a fire. Maybe you don't even need a hero out for these ones, I'm not sure. But yeah, so these are tech cards. You gotta have take 1 build. Yeah. All right, so you're first, and you got your 5 gold. No, your 4 gold. I got my 5. And then remember, like it costs 1 gold to hire a worker. And
So how do you put cards out of your hand?
you got to pay the gold cost in the top left corner.
Now, if you don't have no like the plus and minus, or like the 0 and the 2, like stuff like that. Like if you don't have those.
So the first number, that's the attack, and then the second number, that's the health. So this guy right here. That right there, that's an upgrade. So upgrades are, you play that out. That's like a field spell. That's like an artifact and key force. This is something you put out.
So it'll never go away, or?
If somebody has something specifically to attack that, then it will, but most of the time it's going to stay out there.
Once that treasure goes.
Yeah, so I think you may want to play that one?
Yep.
Okay, so then you'll pay your 3 gold to play that out?
Because I figured there's a limited number of places.
Okay. And it's pretty smart to usually hire a worker, especially like in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. Which one are workers?
Any card you choose, you can just get rid of that card. If you don't think you're going to need it for the rest of the game, then you'll use it to be a worker for the rest of the game.
What's a wisp token?
That's this one. Probably be green, and it's wisp right here. 0-1 wisp.
So you can place a camp someplace and have it gotten to you. I'm guessing only, you're the only person.
I can deploy people from their camp and if I want, I can put it, if I've got 4 guys over there, I can move them over here. Camp to camp, I just call it. Yeah.
You know you can move.
Now, the beat.
You know you can move.
Stand by.
Yes, you must have a hero in play to cast a spell.
That's not to say that it's gonna be like, you do this or whatever, but,
Alright, I got 1 worker, and that's about it.
Okay, cool. And just for the space, we'll put it that way, right? And then and you spent your gold to hire the worker?
No,
You
working for free.
Oh, hell yeah, perfect. Smart. All right, so now you've got 3 cards in hand. So you always discard your hand at the end of your turn.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Then you draw up that number +2 to a maximum of 5. So perfect.
5, yeah.
Yeah. So normally you will try to just play 2 cards to draw up to 5. But if you have to play 3 cards, you still draw up to 5. But if you play 4, then you're only going to draw up to
1. Alright. 4.
the rule is you'll only draw up to 3, I think. Something. It's something. Okay, yeah. Discard your entire hand face down. Next, draw the same number of cards from your draw pile that you just discarded. Yeah. So if you play 4, you'll have 1 in hand. Then you'll discard 1 and draw that number +2, which will be only 3 cards for the next turn.
Okay.
So now, since you got your new hand, you will get in your book and you'll pick 2 cards to take into your discard pile. Yeah, so you discard, draw, then you take 2, while I take my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot there has to be 1. My apologies.
Okay. So for 1 gold, I'll
1 or
play
2? 1 or 2? Or?
2 cards from out of the book. And remember, the stuff with take 1, you can't play it until you build take 1 building. Take 2 stuff, you can't play that stuff until you have take 2 building.
and he's gonna score. And I'm gonna do my 10 points, and I'm gonna score.
Now,
He's gonna score, then he's gonna score, then he's gonna play.
now, oh, okay. Now, is the volcano an impassable tile? Yeah. I figured, but once again, maybe you're
Okay, so as usual, your base itself lets you play take 0 units, upgrades, and buildings. Your take 1 building is very lenient in that it lets you play take 1 units, upgrades, and buildings of any spec. The catch is if your heroes are more than 1 color, the first take building, or we're not even doing it. So at the take 2 level, you have to specialize.
You said 2 cards?
2 cards, yeah. So anyway, we'll get down to the bottom of that in a second. But alright, I'll pay 1 gold for this guy with haste, which means I can attack and play tap abilities if he had any the turn he arrives. So this guy can come out between. Spend 1 gold on that guy.
Just so you know what I'm doing, so 2d3, it's gonna be 3 hits, well, 3 attacks. And then for the second one, that one back. 4, so 7 total.
Yeah, so take 0 cards are usually the cards we start the game with.
Yeah, that's why I got hold.
Alright, so I'll turn this guy into a worker right here, get rid of this card, turn it into a worker. Spend 1 gold on that, get 1 back, got 3 gold left. And then if I discarded 3, I would draw back up to 5.
autocannon, strength 7.
And then we get gold based on how much we have.
Workers you got. Well, I mean, you'll get it when your turn starts.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
The age is 3.
I'll play the stupid Blood Rage Ogre for 2.
So these two are automatically.
Play that guy out. End of turn, return Blood Rage Ogre to its owner's hand if he didn't arrive or attack this turn. So this turn he arrived, so he's good. So I can put you. So I'm gonna swing with this guy since he has haste. So he swings for 1 damage and 1 health unless you want to block, which you don't have anything to block with. So you'll go down to 19 there. Then I'll put this guy on patrol right here. He's got +1 armor and taunt, so you gotta attack this guy before you attack any other patrollers. Or this guy. You gotta get through the patrollers before you can get to the main guys. And then I'll pass turn and then discard my hand of 2. Discard my hand of 2, draw up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll take my 2 cards. And then you'll gain your gold at your upkeep phase. 5 gold.
But big
Not within half. But I am within range. And he's the one with the. He is not the one with the.
Oh, that's when he's done.
Actually, he is supposed to be the one with the gun. So his other one.
Alright, I'll play some silly stuff. I'll get some silly stuff.
So the Buffy gun's not in range. This one is. Thermal spear is.
So now I have a
Don't
question.
be afraid to
He
thumb
scores on this
the
because he has the most people. If I can get those people in there.
I'll play silly for right now.
See how many I guess 2.
Alright, so
I
I'll
want to make sure I was
take these 2.
understanding that correctly.
Right there.
Yeah, and that actually automatically runs.
I'm guessing time for the most.
I'll take these 2.
Time for the most.
So the thermal spear, it's gonna be, you'll probably want the same, it's strength 9. Nothing.
When you start doing all that?
Man, I started doing that about probably about 10 weeks ago. Yep. You've been going 21 weeks now.
So turn
Yours. Yep.
Be like that.
Yep, I mean, after I take and pass turn, it's on you.
I'm in range for his,
Like the Tiger Cub.
Stugger.
doesn't have anything on it.
Yeah, but it's a 2/2 though, pretty strong for 2 gold.
You never know. Okay.
Or you know, you go from, you bump it to a 3.
So green magic right
Now,
now.
I mean, if I roll a 6, they automatically win. So I hit twice.
Yeah, you can play green.
This is have a green deck,
I
right?
think you have to have a hero out because it says right here
See how many.
can't play.
Two is.
You can't just play spells willy-nilly. You must have a hero in play to cast a spell.
Okay, so one of
The
them.
heroes cast the spells after all.
The other one hit. And, you wound.
Got to at least cast a hero for 2.
Strength 9. So it does wound.
Rulebook could be a little better.
Yeah, that gives 2K.
Yes, you must have at least 6 workers to make it take 1 building, then pay 1 gold to start building it. It doesn't finish constructing until the end of your turn, so you can't play Tech 1 units or build your Tech 2 building until your next turn. And if one of your Tech buildings gets destroyed, your base takes 2 damage, you can rebuild it without paying any gold, but you still have to wait until the end of your turn for it to finish construction, and you won't be able to construct anything further until it finishes.
Okay, so
2 wounds. No 8 base.
so how do you bring the heroes out?
The heroes just cost 2 gold to come out.
2 hits.
That's the only way I can use the spell, right?
For 1 wound.
Yeah.
3.1.
You take that and you say, you want his blue jade.
Now the other thing I think I might have read is like you might have to have the Tech 1 building out to. Okay, so many heroes. Just your base. Okay, one hero, just your base. Yeah.
One hero, just your base.
Yeah.
By the wall, so you will be at
But two heroes, you need a Tech 2 building, which is confusing as all hell.
Shots I get off, 3 shots.
Every volcano, they sort and nobody can take it from you.
One.
And now, John is gonna win trade, thanks to me for this eventually. Or he's gonna bring this late to get the other green.
2 coins.
So, yeah, you start trading.
Well,
Yeah.
someone will trade.
Or someone will trade for him.
You'll trade.
Green magic.
Yeah, hopefully, what John looks for in that case is that.
Alright, so that one is a buff spell, so give a unit or hero +2/+2. When the text is right there, you put it so you can see the text. So give a unit or hero +2/+2 attack this turn. +2 attack and +2 armor this turn. Armor absorbs damage before HP and is destroyed. So yeah, so right now that guy comes out as a level 1. So it's a 2/3. So it's just like a creature. You wouldn't want to use this right now because the guy has summoning sickness, which means he can't attack this first turn.
Okay.
Yep, so don't even play that right now. You save it to when you want to attack with that guy or defend. Yep.
Can this use it though?
Yeah, that guy has summoning sickness. So you played him last turn or this turn?
This turn, yeah.
Yeah, so only the guys with haste,
Okay.
like this guy, can. Yep. So you'll probably want to just take the 2 gold back and do something else with that 2 gold.
What's it say? Gain 1. It has like 3 cards, and it says over, and it says gain 1.
Yeah, so that's the tap symbol. That means that you'll put this guy out. Whenever he's out in your main zone, then you can tap him to gain 1 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what you call like an elf in Magic. Well, I mean, that's pretty powerful, but you get to hire your guys for free. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
But you
saying.
can make your stuff even cheaper if you were to cast that guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll work.
Oh, okay.
And so how do you put people up there?
At the end of your turn, you can put guys on patrol if you want to, which means I'll have to go through those patrollers before I can get to your guys in the main zone, or before I can get to your base, basically.
1, 2.
Yep, I should put the camera the other way.
Take
Well, no, maybe not.
You take out both my dudes.
So discard 2, you'll draw 4.
I'll discard 3.
Oh, okay, so then you'll draw 5. Yeah. And then did you want to put anybody on patrol or no?
He smells something.
It really don't matter because you got enough strength to take. Well,
So like that 2/2 right there, if you put him right there, well, I mean, you could put him here, for instance, then it'll become a 3 attack, 2
okay,
health.
yeah. That's what, I forgot about that.
And then you could put the hero on patrol, but it's usually not advisable to put a low health hero into patrol. So, but you could put him on here, which would be like he'll have 1 armor. It's all on what you want to do though.
4 armor.
Alright, I'll start my turn up, and then whenever you shuffle and draw back up to 5, then you'll take 2 cards. But first, yeah, draw the hand though first because you might want something in the hand that'll help.
okay.
Yep. Well, I mean, first get your hand first, and then you'll take two.
Okay.
Yep. Well, I mean, like first draw your
Well,
hand.
these are going to this card, right?
Yeah, but I mean, but you might find something that you want to build with in your
Okay.
hand because your hand might inform you as to what you want to take into.
Oh, I already know.
Yep. All right, so beginning my turn. Ready, my guys. Ready, you. Take you off of patrol. Gain my 6 gold. 6 gold. Got my hand already. 4 in hand. Turn you into a worker. Spend 1 gold.
Yeah.
What's the GAP on? I guess I will just take my save.
Is it Rise the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, arrive is what you call that's what you call enter the battlefield in Magic. So as soon as you enter the battlefield, that's arriving. So as soon as it gets played, that's basically arriving.
I ain't got no haste.
Yeah, like the red specializes in haste, and then the green specializes in big damage and other stuff. And like getting free gold, that's what green specializes in.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, I will go ahead and rotate my action.
Like and once ever you specialize, then you'll be really picking a specialty, which is like growth will be like getting bigger, balance, feral, stuff like that. Oh, and the damage in most of these type of games, the damage goes away, but in this game, the damage stays on the guys until it's removed. Well, I mean, it stays on there until you remove it somehow. So I'll play this guy for 2. Careless Musketeer. I can tap this guy to deal 1 damage to a unit or building and 1 damage to my base.
One save. Mother did. 2 points of damage. Okay.
Bring out Captain Zane. 4.
So I guess she's done with this.
Play
I
Zane.
guess she just forgot it.
Play Zane.
Every time she makes a Friday video, like 2 hours afterwards, I'm like, hey, can we put this table stuff back on the shelves? So.
Gotta attack with this guy, so there is no attack phase. Yeah, so main phase you can attack if you want to. Small attack for
No, these 3.
3
They're not the same price, so it'll be.
into your Tiger Cove. So I'll deal your guy 3 damage, which kills your guy because you can sustain 2 damage. Then at the same time, you attack my guy for 2 damage. 2 damage is also enough to kill this guy. But I pretty much have to, because at the end of the turn, I return this guy to my hand if he didn't arrive or attack this turn. So I pretty much have to, yeah. So we'll kill each other, and then that guy will get discarded. That guy gets discarded. My guy gets discarded. Then I can put these guys on control. I'll hastily attack this guy. Well, I'll attack this guy. I'll attack your hero for 1. And then, oh no, you would do 2 back to me. Maybe I want to do that, maybe not. Yeah. Yep, and your guys, like, in a lot of games, you can just always hit back. No. So, in a lot of games, well, I mean, in a lot of games, you would be able to block. But in this game, we've got, instead of just everybody can block, we've got patrollers. So, like, I can hit your base without you being able to do anything, pretty much. But, yeah, so I'm gonna
think the word you're looking for is
hit. I'm trying to decide if I want to hit that guy or if I want to hit your base. I'll hit your guy. So I'll do 1 damage to your guy. And then you, in turn, will hit me back for 2 damage, which is enough to kill my guy. So my guy gets discarded. These guys just came out, so they can't attack or do anything really right now. Yep, so I can put them on patrol right now if I want to, or just leave them where they're at. Yep, so I'll put this guy on patrol right now. And then I'll leave you out, and I'll pass turn. Pass turn to you, so I play 3 cards, I'll discard 2, draw up to 4, 1, shuffle my stuff, and then I'll pass turn to you. And then I'll take 2.
So I can use my spell right now.
If it's green magic,
Green magic.
or balance magic.
Charlie's all about drawing that treasure.
In my round 1, I rolled Snake Eyes, CP reroll Snake Eyes, and then he got shot by last minute.
Now, and like, you know, it goes away unless you like attack this turn. Yeah.
Can you play 2 spells from the same character?
Yeah, you can.
Put that, put 1 rune on a friendly, or friendly. That means.
Yeah, but how much does that one cost too?
Yeah, that means friendly though.
+1/+1 rune, so like that's a +1/+1, so that'll make that guy go from a 2/3 to a 3/4.
But you already got +2 and +2. Armor for this turn.
Yeah, and then that one is temporary for yeah, +2. So yeah, so now it's +3/+3, which makes it a 5/6.
Heck, there's a good chance for you to put diamond on the treasure.
Oh, that one can't already have the runes on it. So what you'll do is you'll play that one first, and then you play that one. Kind of the order kind of matters, but we'll do it. So so that one says that. So I just read that one.
Might you get a treasure if I use the right pile?
1+ rune on friendly unit or hero that doesn't have a 1+1+ rune.
Yep, and then like with that one, you already put 2 on it.
Oh, so I put this on the first.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought that's what it meant, but I was like, huh. I was like,
Can't get in there, but you got
Yep, I mean sometimes the order matters when you do it.
Yeah, there were 4.
All right, take these 2. Set these
I ain't
ones.
done
Got two of these guys.
I get a good tile, I get comfortable. I get the right tile, I think.
yet. If I were to take you right now,
Should be doing it this way. So you say like if you attack me right now, then what?
well, I'm gonna put it
Okay, so you play Playful Panda when it arrives.
exhausted. Okay, so you
Yeah, so
can't
it
go.
comes out exhausted.
And I get one of those wisp things.
Yep. Oh, you can only make one worker
Oh,
at a time.
one worker there.
And then next turn, you've now got enough to build a Tech 1 base if you want to. Me too. Then you can start playing Tech 1 units and such. Alright, so did you want to...
Attack. So that's what. Attack.
Yeah, this turn, yeah. So it starts out with 2, goes to a 5, 6, yeah. So you can choose to attack my careless musketeer, but he could care less though.
Why's that?
Oh, because this guy's on patrol, you've got to get through the patrollers before you get to my guys here,
Oh, yeah, so
or my base.
I'll take that one.
Okay, so then you'll tap it to show that you're attacking. Whenever you generally use something in one of these games, you got to tap it. Okay, so right now you're swinging a 5 at my guy, my patroller, which has +1 armor, so it becomes a 2/2 with taunt. So my 2/2 would attack you back for 2 damage, bringing you to 3 damage. And then of course you would obliterate my guy for 5 damage, which effectively kills him because he only has 1 health. So he goes discarded. And then if you have anything else to do something with, you can do it now. If you want to. You can still play more stuff or like attack if you had somebody who's available to attack.
Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stratagem. If you kill my warlord, I have, they don't name
So
everything.
put, yeah, smart move. Yep, so when that guy dies, you get +1 gold. Alright, and then pass the turn?
Yep.
Okay, so you discarded 1, so this time you'll only draw up to 3. Uh-huh. Whatever you discarded, you draw that many +2 to a maximum of 5. And you'll tech 2 at the end of your turn. Well, I mean, you'll tech 2 during my turn.
Yeah.
Yo. Alright, my turn.
Divine Fury, there we go. When an Imperial Knight house rated character from your army is destroyed.
You might have a heal spell or something in there.
Select one friendly house rated army.
No, you can cut me right now.
Yeah. Which made this happen?
Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, until the end of the battle, each time that armor class model is attacked or target the enemy unit, you can
You can get some.
You killed Johnny. Well, I'm hoping. So what I'll do is I will, see if
I can swap on my turn. I can swap this for a dagger.
He's a nice guy. So,
Alright, I'll turn you into a warrior. Spin one. Oh, get my gold first. 1, 5, 6, 7. 7. Turn you into a worker. spend 1 gold. 6.
Now, I am in a lower profile.
Oh yeah, let me get these dice out. Yeah, I prefer to use. Yeah, I only got 1d10 in here. How'd that happen? Yeah, so I prefer to use these to something like this anyway. But, yeah, so 19 and 20.
I only got 3 hits, so that wasn't great. But
19.
I get to reroll hits.
Green, 20.
I'll reroll all these hits.
You know where that's going.
20. So yeah, we'll use these for the bases.
Pair, see? Good plan. I'm still the only one that can trade for a pair.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put a level 1 on her. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7.
He can trade.
These are all different series.
Alright, check me out. I'm gonna.
Okay, so that's 15.
Yeah, check me out. I'm gonna spend 6 on Jaina Stormborn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah. At the end of the turn, those runes go away. So this turn, so yeah. So yep. I mean, so read that one. The bolded words.
The armor absorbs damage for HP and then it's destroyed.
Well, I mean, read just the bolded stuff.
I am going to score a few points either because
The bolded words.
It's a buff.
Well, I mean, it says
You get here armor this turn.
yeah. So it goes away after that turn. Yeah, it just gets discarded. Well, gets discarded into your discard pile. Yep. So now, all right. So I'll spend 6.
Oh, when this dies, it goes back in that pile.
Yep. And then I'll spend 6 gold to put you all the way up to level 7. 3 levels, 6 levels, 7 levels. Okay, so then I'll tap her, deal 3 damage to a unit or building. So I'll deal 3 damage to. Damn, that's supposed to be dead already.
No.
Oh yeah, when the runes go off of it. Yeah, because it's a 4/4 now. Yeah, so. Alright, you know what? I'll just put you out here.
Yeah. Spent 5. Spent 2 to make that level 3.
It's 3 for that.
Yeah, it's a 4/3. This one. Yeah. 3, 4. So I'll just tap my Jaina. Then I'll deal 3 damage to a unit or building. I'll do it on the Panther. Let's see. Yep.
We gotta hit this one first, man. Some color.
So I am going to do
The thing about that's just when it's dealing with attack damage. So there's 2 types of damage. There's like attack damage and kind of like spell damage. Whenever you attack, you've got to attack these guys first. But this is a tap ability, which is different than attack damage. Yeah. Yep. And then it's pretty much I have no gold, I got no more guys out, so I'll pass the turn.
I'll see you when you do your real attack and die.
Exactly. Yep. So I'll discard 3, draw up to 5. And I'll take 2.
I was like 4, 5, 6.
Further -1 just came out.
Yeah.
same page one, you get take two, right?
Never mind. 3,
So you would pay 1 gold and have 6 workers to get take 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have did that last turn too. I wasn't thinking. All right, so I'm taking these two. Same guy. Put those in the discard. Since I have no draw deck, I'll go ahead and draw this up to make a draw deck. Though you're not really supposed to, but it shouldn't matter. Yeah, got a new tripod. Yep. It's kind of, I'm still not working it too well, but
Hey, it's still better than the last one you had.
yeah. But kind of the last one was kind of cool because you can see our faces and such too. So,
Okay.
but yeah, one of these days I'll just set it up to have two or 3 cameras going at the same time.
Okay, cool. Like a small one on each side.
Yeah, I mean that'll be cool once I get real professional. Yeah. Well, you can put it there, but like really the flow of it is like once it's out, you can attack with it if you want to, or if you want to go ahead and put it on patrol. Patrol is really something you do at the end of your turn to block for guys that
We got 2
operate.
cards left.
So this guy is ready. He doesn't need to be.
I'm gonna spend 1 CP.
He doesn't need to be exhausted when he comes out, but
Bad thing is, if I roll
Yep.
hit you,
How you know that?
because only the panda had to be exhausted when he came out.
that's gonna be it. Also, I'm gonna
We
use
don't
my
have
best
haste.
now. I can use
Yeah, I mean he can still patrol as long as he's not exhausted at the end of the turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but he actually gets -2 attack, but +2 armor while patrolling. So
Yeah.
he's a
3,
natural born
like
patroller. Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
He's got a very nice attack. I have 1 of the attacks I can roll. So, oh yeah. He's
You only got 3 health. And you got nobody protecting you either.
He was supposed to be doing it.
Yep,
too.
nobody's protecting him.
Down here, we're freaking out.
She
So,
would be primed to kill
I'm
if
gonna start
you
with
want to.
him, and I'm gonna shoot you with all my
I
guns.
use him.
Uh,
So we'll see.
yeah, but that guy's ready.
And I'll use.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You gonna
Hey,
die
yeah.
next turn.
Oh,
Right
man,
next
hey,
turn.
man. Right this way.
'Cause I ain't got no
Not
else
too
to
bad.
start with. So I'll attack with this one.
And then,
Okay. So then right now you're doing
so 10
3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he has a low ass life. I didn't notice that. All right. So most of the time, whenever you use a guy, you'll tap it.
Tap it,
Okay. So you're So you say you're swinging the 3 into my guy. Okay. So we'll do what we call trade, which is we suicide each other.
okay. Yeah.
So like you're doing 2 damage, 3 damage to me, then I'll do 4 damage to you. So we'll both heal each other. Yeah, that was a waste. I didn't even realize she
I
had
know,
such
he's
low
like,
life.
it don't even go up, like, at all.
Yeah, I mean these fire guys, I guess they all have low life, kind of. Okay, so yeah, we'll put it back in the command zone. Yeah.
He had to spend a lot of points.
And I take 1, 2, 3 more.
When a hero dies when in play, then opposing hero levels up twice for free. The active player chooses which hero. If there are multiple opposing heroes, they can only choose a hero that actually can level up at least once. Yeah. So, speaking of heroes dying, whenever a hero dies when in play, the opposing hero levels up twice for free. Okay, yeah. Since we both killed each other, it doesn't work.
What are the specializations you get there?
Did you already build your Tech 1 building?
Yeah.
You already built it?
Which one's the building? Which one's the building?
So,
Yeah,
whenever
I said,
you...
yeah, I said I was gonna play one more go.
Did you do that?
Both of them do.
Was going, yeah.
No,
But
it-
is it this or?
You get that one when you build Tech 2, which costs 4
Okay.
gold. And
What's the
have-
building now?
Are there only 3 of it?
So like Tech 1, did you already build the
Well, I
Tech
just
1?
wanted to make sure, like
Oh, yeah, that
I'm gonna go over here.
It'll just be like this. So like this is the building.
Okay, yeah, that's what, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, I didn't know we had to have the dice.
So did you do that already?
Yes.
Okay, so now you have the ability to. But I mean, did you do that this turn or last
Yeah,
turn?
this turn.
Okay, so you can only build one tech per turn, but whenever you build tech 2, then you'll take one of these specializations,
Okay.
which opens you up to playing that type of
Yeah,
unit
okay,
and
okay.
spells.
I got you. Now I just seen it right there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll shoot you the stubber.
Yeah.
Stubber hits once.
Okay.
It does not load. So you are.
Yep, so anything else you want to do for the turn? Okay, don't want to put anybody on patrol or anything?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I can see them. They're behind the steering.
Cool. All right, and then you can discard and draw back up to what, 3?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Then I'll do my turn.
That's some cool artwork. I like that blood red when they got like that. They got artwork like that. They have that blood red. It's not his thing here, but I've seen it.
All right, I'm gonna get my gold. 5, 6,
You ever
7,
get
8.
on BGA?
Still not hurt.
BZA?
Yeah. The online winner, the board game arena.
Oh, board game arena. I've done it once. Jonathan was trying to get me on there more, but I just haven't done it too much. Yep, I mean, you play with Jonathan on there?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yep, I don't know, just that online gaming, not so much for it.
They got some Steam games too.
Just play it now. No, you play it
Steam spam, Steam.
Yes, I don't know.
So that guy's taking 10.
Alright, for 1 gold, and you cap out at, you can't have more than 10 workers, I think.
I guess we
Well, 10. Here's,
What do you say?
it says 10. There, that's
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Alright, so I make it.
Yeah, I'll play this blood burn for 3. Whenever a unit dies, put a blood rune on this, limit to 4. So then I can tap this thing to remove 2 blood runes and then deal 1 damage to a unit or building. Yeah, spend a 3 gold there.
So I'll attack you with my reader change, right? 4 attacks.
Make this a worker. 1 gold. Yeah.
It's actually
Okay, I'll play Rickety Mine. Not showing the cards. Which costs 2 gold. And then it does 2 gold. Then I can tap this, but it has summoning sickness, so I can't do it this turn unless it had haste. But so when I tap it, I can gain 3 gold and flip a coin. Heads, pew, tails, sacrifice Rickety Mine, and your base takes 2 damage. Yep, and it's got a life of 3 itself. It's got a health of 3. The building does itself. So that's there. We got 2 gold left.
You gonna get your base?
Yeah, that's a good ass idea. Alright, yeah, I'll spend 2 gold to get my base. I'll spend 1 gold to get Tech 1. Yep, I couldn't even technically even play this yet until I have Tech 1. But I'll do that now, act like I'm going backwards. Alright, so 1. Yeah, like that's the only Tech 1 unit I've played the whole game, I think. Alright. Well, anyway, I got 1 gold left, and this guy ready's from last time. I think yours will be ready, I guess, on the end of your turn. And with that, I'll pass the turn. I'm wide open.
You take it easy on me or something?
Huh?
You take it easy on me or something?
No, Normally I'd play just a lot of hasting guys.
Yeah.
But
Ain't getting the draw that you want to.
really I did something stupid with this because I didn't realize it only had 3 life.
4 gold. You gotta take 2.
Guess he's taking Phil, okay.
So do I put one? Do I move this up there or just?
So now I can hit either one of those buildings instead of hitting your base if I wanted to.
I'll teach it when I'm
4 gold.
And you paid the 4 gold to,
Yeah. You already toasted it.
Okay.
And 8 plus the 2 I had left over.
and then you're paying for the tiger, right? Yeah. So that goes there.
So he's like this right now, though, right?
No, just the panda did that. That. Yeah, I mean, when they're upright, they still have what you call the summoning signet, which means they can't attack, but they can patrol at the end of the turn. But technically, these guys are out here. So,
I thought that was worse. I thought
yeah,
that
but
was
unstoppable, that means like unblockable by taking 0 units.
I will say, those fight scenes.
So discard 2 cards, I draw
4. Yeah. That many cards that you discarded plus 2. So be 4. Like, and what do you want to do with these?
Oh, yeah. I'll put him back in there. No. Stick that right there.
Now, I mean, you could attack this building and then just straight
He
kill
can
the
attack.
building. Yeah, he can attack, but just his thing is -2 attack and +2 armor while patrolling. So you don't have to patrol the
I'll
building.
take the building.
Yeah, so what do you do whenever you do something with a guy?
Attack.
Yep, perfect. Alright, so then you'll attack this guy for 3, which kills this building, and then that building is
Yeah,
gone.
I bounced over up to the point.
And then that guy just came in, so I mean, like, you know, instead of just having him out there, you probably want to patrol with him.
But it's a guaranteed 5 that I'll have for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Yep, and then Wisp, yeah. Perfect.
I don't care if it does.
Oh, this guy dies, so I'll put a rune on him.
That's what I'm saying. I had a
Put a
chance
blood
to
rune on
take
this.
it
I'll put a
in
blood
one
rune on
week,
it.
for one guy.
Rune right here.
I'm off arrow
Oh crap! I never discarded. What y'all do
Yeah,
now?
right now it's orange.
So he'll do,
I take that turn. What the
2
hell?
points,
Or you could put
and he'll
another guy in
do
there.
1 point.
Yeah.
2 more guys.
I don't think I take that turn. But it's all good.
With 1 moves forward. Yeah.
I ain't got none of these. Automatically
7, 8,
attack
9.
when they come out.
But the way it is, guys, they're set to do.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Get enough guys in there.
You got no hasting on it.
Yeah. But you got some good stuff. You winning right now.
So they still like is this game? Or is it one of those dead ones like you go in?
This is a game. This is more like a LCG. Well, I mean, this is like a one-time kind of game.
Okay.
There's like 3 parts to the game, 3 or 4 parts to the game. Yeah, but nothing else is to come from it.
You're set just a little bit better than my encampment. You got these 2 out here. Depending on what gets placed over here, that gets one box.
Let's go ahead and have the worst thing the doctor could do would be to put one in, because it's a 1-1 bridge.
Yeah.
But that just means that Charlie's got all kinds of places he can go.
I'll play this guy for 2.
That's really the thing that sucks for him right now, is that wherever he places this, he's gonna have a harder time reaching it than either of us.
And this side is right next to the race camp, so you playing it is, or you scoring it is not too bad.
There's a game.
Yeah.
This guy for 2. Play her for 3.
That's a completely logical move.
Yeah, I built that. I built this building. Okay, I've got 8 workers, and I'll spend 4 gold. I'll build my take 2.
get to that treasure.
Well, you're in the perfect spot. You are on the edge.
Take two. So now I can build take two, you guys.
I made it.
So you got exit.
Oh, they sure can. Just that you're heavy on purpose.
Bring you out again. Two for 2 gold.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
Put you on patrol.
Never know what you'll see.
Because that's coming.
You bringing some games?
You ever play brass?
Yeah, I play brass.
Well, I got the brass light. Only takes an hour.
Brass light version, okay. That's a new product.
It's called Via Nebula.
Okay.
Made by Martin Law.
Okay. I heard of it.
It's where all resources are shared. So you're helping your enemy at the same time. It's one of my games of
Yeah, that's all I got for now. So
ain't attacking nothing.
nothing died. Yep. Fast turn. Stealth is probably can't be range attacked or nothing. But stealth is can sneak past patrollers if that opponent has no detector. So yeah, so you can just go past the patrollers unless I have a detector. Yeah, when I play with the green, I usually play with the chameleons and stuff who have stealth.
All of these different treasure types are out.
Okay, yeah. So, alright, I'll discard this hand. 1, 2, draw 4, and then I'll take 2.
Yes.
If he has 3, he can put it absolutely.
Doesn't quite work.
Playing Lizzo. Taking Lizzo. With the flute? Yeah, with the flute.
Ready for the next treasure I pull.
Got no draw deck, so play 1. They got readies on your upkeep.
That's a
And
good
then
spot for a
you just
camera
got
right
flips
now.
around.
Way out in the middle of everything. I saw that.
Technically, these guys come up patrol. They don't come in tapped unless it's like the Panda, which says it comes in exhausted. So put a level 1 on. By spinning gold for each level.
Yeah.
So Alex, for round 3, I'm just going to say, I've got one that chance. That's fair. So, this table's too big for me to flip over.
You should have played 2K.
Yeah, yes. Let me get my mom. Fair enough. I think it's
He's not gonna be able to place it anywhere he's gonna get to easy. He'll get to it. Don't worry about it. There's the layout. really good job. Put that in.
The one where I killed one of your dudes, another one,
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah, no, that, I did not.
I mean, I was hoping I was gonna get, how many points did you have?
Alright, so I gotta attack your patrollers, right, first.
Yeah. Before you can get to my base or my guys down here. Or my tech buildings. Which they come back without spending gold, but you gotta wait until that turn is over. One thing I don't like about this quick reference ought to be on the back page.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can I talk to you later? Tuesday night.
Yep, and you always have access to this add-on too. Notice you've also got access to these add-ons too.
As long as you know. No, thanks for the game. I had a good time. I mean, except for the part where
Well, it's got to be in the patrol zone to do that. Oh, okay, yeah. But that's just for this turn.
And I wanna attack this one.
Okay, so what you do to attack with it?
well, you scored 10, I guess I'm going.
Yep.
So he would take 3 damage from me.
Well, 5 damage now because it's a 5-4 now. So 5 damage, I'll die. Then I'll do 3 damage to your guy.
And just to tell you what kind of messages I'm thinking about doing. Because I really like it.
Have y'all,
And then since a guy died, this blood rune will get a token. So whenever a unit dies, put a blood rune on this, limit to 4. Then I can tap this to remove 2 blood runes, deal 1 damage to a unit or building. It'll get pretty swanky.
It's just the basic bit,
yeah, I haven't even started the season yet. I've heard this season is, they don't back off. Something, I saw something the other day where apparently this season of The Boys is.
You know, this is out here too. You could just attack into that. Right? Well, I mean, I have you blocking it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was right there, wasn't it? That was in that zone, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'll actually do 1 more damage to your guy, even though it won't matter really.
Apparently the right wing is
Only a 4.
like, oh wait, no, Homelander really is the bad guy.
It's only a +2.
Oh yeah. So I mean, you sure you wanted to attack into
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because it was gonna die anyway after this turn because
Yeah.
that goes away. Yeah.
Yeah. I did what I wanted to do.
Dougie is human.
But then you didn't want to attack into this guard?
No.
Because if you do, I'll just draw a card. But yeah.
But
Because like if you kill that guy when it dies, I draw a card. So yeah, that's all you wanted to do for the turn? Alright, cool. Alright, so then you gotta discard down and draw up and then take.
I've been meaning to catch out of the way.
2 cards.
Yeah, but those two, I guess that's the ones you're
Oh,
taking into.
yeah. Oh no. That's a. Oh yeah, that's a 2.
Pull you off of patrol. Get my gold, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gold.
So, since you also
Play you out for 3. 1, 2, 3.
let me pose a question that I've been struggling with.
She has long range, so defenders without long range deal no damage to this when it attacks.
No pairs, but
Yeah, so she shoots
I'll
long
be able to
range,
get something
and
before it's all over.
when she attacks, she also deals 3 damage to that opponent's base. I'll play Lobber for 1. I'll play 2 Lobbers for 1. For 2 Lobbers for 2. They've got haste, and when I tap a Lobber, she deals 1 damage to a building.
It does work pretty well, especially if you think
Well, that makes things
So, yeah, some of my guys have.
Did I count those 2 points per week?
You can basically kind of take control and give bonuses to the arbiters.
So my initial.
And I have one guy, he's not signed yet, but he's got keychains that they can.
I've had that like. I think I just yeah, that's fine, that's fine. I'm like, I literally just was like, wait a second. I've been there. Not much, but it's fine.
One defense.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 2 points. In the grand scheme of things, it makes any difference.
I spend 2 to give one of your units haste and +1 attack this turn. So I'll spend 2 there.
And one of the nice things.
So I'll give you charge, and you get a +1 attack. So yep, that's the weird part. You gotta remember to take.
Actually, this game might be pretty much how I thought either I were winning about.
It personally, I feel like in our matchup, it comes down to
So I will swing on that guy with long range. So shoot an arrow at that guy for 4. Yeah.
I don't see it won't help, but please don't talk.
Alright. So yeah, won't put you here. So that guy has 4 damage on him. No, 3 damage on him. And then I will tap this guy. No, this guy does not have haste. This guy doesn't have haste. This guy does have haste. Alright. So put you, swing you into that guy.
You get attacked already.
Yep, that guy can't attack because it has haste.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up against whoever.
Yep, so I'll put 1 into you, and then you kill me. Oh, shit, what am I thinking? Screw that. Okay, I'll just do. Well, I mean, that works perfect. Yeah, I'll do.
2.
Screw that. Alright, I'll use this blood burn right here. Blood burn to deal 1 damage to this guy. Use these 2 tokens right here. Alright, so I'll do 1 damage there with the blood burn. Remove 2 blood runes. Deal 1 damage to a unit or building.
I forgot.
Just to let you know, Jeremy did rehire you just so that
I know.
just
Jared get COVID.
Man, goddamn, everybody getting COVID now. He just got COVID?
Man, like Hey,
Oh,
if you hate me, I guess.
man. No, but he got go. I thought he was coming up here.
No. He sees off today, so I was like, I guess that's my off.
Son of a gun.
So what, how much you think?
So we had 3, then I removed the token to give him 1 more damage.
Okay, so you're back.
Yeah, we did. Okay, and since something died this turn, well, I mean, whenever a unit dies, put a blood rune on it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yours too, on mine too when it dies? Or
I'll read it, read it.
whenever a unit dies? Well, I mean, does it mean your unit or my unit?
Whenever any unit dies, that's why it's a good card, yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. Alright, and then with that, I will... So since this guy has haste, I will... Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I'll just, Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, I'll use my Jaina Stormborn to attack the Wisp. She has Spark Shot. When attacking a patroller, she deals 1 damage to an adjacent patroller. So I'll hit your Wisp, which I don't get hit back because it has a 0 attack, and I'll deal 1 damage to an adjacent patroller. But you'll get a coin whenever that dies, though. And then it goes to the token spot as a token. And then with that, I will pass the turn. Get rid of this. Discard my hand. I don't have a hand. Yep, I use a bunch of cards this turn, so I'll just draw 2 and then take 2. Take 2.
Yeah, but you're gonna. You have everything on. So.
Which doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't, well, it actually.
Just looking at my Tech 3 cards. I'm getting this. Molten Firebird, because it's called it a Phoenix. It might not be a Phoenix proper. Alright.
So, to get him up to level 5.
So it starts out at level 1, and then to get him to level 5, you'll just need 4 more gold to put him up there.
That's
3 levels in 1 level.
Yeah.
oh, just say it cost me 4 coins to get tapped.
Yep. Search your Codex for a
Tiger.
tiger unit, put it in play. Great. Yep, I've never seen that one go off. Yep. I've never seen that ability used.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't need a tiger right now.
Well, I mean, tiger might be badass, you know.
The other one I used a while ago had like 4 and 4.
But I mean, there might be like a level 3 tiger in there or
I ain't
something.
got the little.
Well, I mean, I think you can still do it without. That's the point of having that thing.
Oh.
So yeah, so like if you got a level 3 tiger, you can just take advantage of that now.
I'm like, wait on that for a minute. Just because I'm bring this big bad boy out. 6 or 7. Alright.
You can even buy like almost the whole full set.
But it's 10 points.
So he is first time rampaging elephant exhausts each turn ready.
Yeah, so tap is the same thing as exhaust. So,
For cheaper than that, yeah.
so whenever you use that guy and then you tap him, the first time you use him, you ready him again so you can attack with him again. Rampaging elephant.
No.
6, 7. 6 drop.
Nah, that doesn't, 7, 5.
Trigger.
that I can really do it is to,
Y'all get, it's gonna be hard for me. I have one thing for free, but it's the one by itself.
yeah, the only way I can do this is if I can get, a necklace and something else.
You just want to match.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
basically,
there's
I
two of
can
them
get-
in, we have 50% chance
of getting.
So, let's see, 3, 8, 13, 16, 21, plus 12 is 33. So,
I'll take the lopper out.
He rolls on that. Oh yeah, I did say this earlier, but as soon as you level up your guys, they heal. So that's a strategy, is to not build them all the way up. You'll just wait till they get attacked and then level
There's
them
no-
up.
them all the way up
Yeah,
earlier.
it's not worth the point, it's the moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not spending points to move a guy.
Yeah.
Where's
And you need a hero that was max level at the start of the turn to cast an ultimate spell.
Nine, so I
However, I don't really have to worry about it. In that, either way, it's gonna divide it.
can record.
This side of the next.
Or until after your next turn. Stays out one turn. Yeah.
I'll take that one, so I lost.
What's up?
I'll take you. This one.
Okay, so
I'm moving it up there in a minute.
yep. Now, whenever you use the thing, what do you do with it?
What? Yeah.
Yep. All right. So you're attacking that guy. Doesn't it have a special power?
It said, when attacking a patroller, deal 1 damage to adjacent patroller.
So I mean, you know, you get an extra added advantage when you attack patrollers. So you don't want to attack a patroller instead,
Yeah, what?
because like if
He
you
is a
attack,
patroller though, eh?
oh, like you're attacking a
Yeah,
patroller.
I'm attacking a patroller.
Well, I mean, it'll make more sense to hit this one because then you can attack an adjacent
Oh,
patroller.
okay. Yeah. I'll take that one. That's the same one. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So,
You're always guaranteed.
so you want to attack this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 2 damage to it and kill it, and then you'll also deal 1 damage to this guy since it's adjacent. So 3 guys will die in total. Yeah. And then 3 guys
I mean,
dying.
technically, you
Then that
could
means
put
I
a
get
cat
3
on
blood
here,
runes
You get over there.
That's crazy.
to a max of 4.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
I can put it right in there.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you just patrolling with those guys, and that's it? Okay, cool. Alright, I'll ready my stuff. Then you take 2 and discard and draw up and take 2.
Already discarded. Take 3.
I'll ready my stuff. Gain my gold. 9 gold. 6, 7, 8. 9 gold. Got some cards in hand.
Man, that sucks.
So Charlie draws the necklace. It's just.
Yeah,
Oh, damn, I was supposed to do this. I didn't do that.
then I can trade.
How the crap did I forget that?
If you get one, yeah, if you get one that's not the necklace,
Then I'm good, because I get to.
then, well, depending on whether it's in trade or not, yeah. But if you, well, basically, if you get one, you trade it to me for the necklace and I
Okay,
get it.
check me out.
Oh, that's fine. That's the card.
Okay, I'm gonna play
Is it a necklace?
Bam Stamper Lizzo,
It's a little gold man.
which when Bam Stamper Lizzo, when she arrives, because she did a DNA test and she's I really never listened to that song, but she did the DNA test and something about her. She's the bad bitch or she's real or something. So cost 4. Then when she arrives, deal 3 damage to a unit. So I'll do it there. And heroes are not units. Then I'll swing with double shot archer. He has long range, so kind of like a better than first strike. But okay, so she has a 4 attack. 4 will effectively knock out that huge elephant.
And take yours out too at the same time.
But she's got long range, so defenders without long range deal no damage to this when it attacks. Yeah, that's crap, yeah. Alright, so yep. And then plus 2 when she attacks, deal 3 damage to an opponent's base. So I'll do 3 to the base. 19 down to 16. 16. That guy, I'm afraid, is after that. Oh, well, before I do that, I'm gonna spend I'll spend a blood rune token to tap this to deal 1 damage here.
The next round, scoring. You have 2 rounds.
Spend.
See, this mean I have haste sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. Alright, I'll spend 2 right here for another haster.
You get 10 points for your following roll, 10 extra points.
I'll level.
And that's what I kind of grew up around. So I know a lot. I mean, hell, all 3 days I have on me are all
Bring out the. Yes, correct. I'll bring you out for 2 gold.
Don't tell me he got it.
Yep, he has haste. You guys next level, so.
You should be thinking.
I was like,
6
oh, dude, it's so good. It is.
Man, I'm gonna pull out the building. He's trying to piss me off now. Well, this is good. Can't think of
Yeah. It's just cause just teaching the magic or whatever.
Yeah.
Like an additional spec.
That's the thing about some of these card games. They got more rules than some board games do.
Yeah. But the thing is, a lot of the rules just overlap though. So once you know magic, you know most of them. So I'll put this guy on patrol.
Just make sure that.
And then I can't attack anything else, so well, I mean, they got different formats. Most people play the commander, but you can play that just by one of the commander boxes. It's like $40. But then most people, they just can't stop. They just gotta keep on buying more cards.
I'm already into the whole like buying more games like that. So
I hear you.
so I just moved into a basement. So, and we sold our house and everything.
Well, I mean, y'all ought to be flush with money, though.
We bought land right here.
Okay, smart. So y'all gonna build on the land?
Build, yeah.
Okay, smart.
My wife's like the only choice I got in the house as far as designing the house is my game room. So, you know, by the time when I get my house built, I'm invite the whole crew over. So, yeah.
Happy wife, you don't have much of a life.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm just putting these guys on patrol. I'll draw 2 and I'll let you start your turn.
10 years this year.
If you are playing virtual attack with the
For 10 years this year, what you say?
Yeah, 10 years this year.
Okay, 10 years. Congratulations.
We're going on a cruise on our anniversary, so.
Nice. Yep. But I passed turn.
All right.
Yep. Where you going to on the cruise?
You didn't attack me at all?
Yeah, a lot of attacks and stuff. I
I know
attack
the
with
game. I mean, you got the whole.
Yeah, but they guys
Whole
pretty
bunch of
strong. They guys are 4-5. So this guy can't
He's a
attack.
6.
Okay, yeah.
Because I got the taunt.
Yeah. But now these guys would get killed trying to attack into it. So
No, the point of that would be like if you had.
Because it's the only path for him.
You crash,
Five and one.
then you attack in reverse, and then you can press that click.
So now I got 9. 6, 8.
Oh, we took battle. Okay,
Yeah, so you can save the character.
I guess so.
Yeah, usually unless you're getting power or something.
Yeah.
Hold them until the next turn.
So I'll just.
Yep. And then you top one. Yep.
He's still got two guys.
Yeah, good. Yeah, there's nothing in there. So, yep.
it's crazy.
Two. Oh, yeah, two.
Wow. I have not pulled one. There you go, Bob. Yeah, you and Charlie. Get all the.
It's even worse than yours.
Yeah.
That's one.
One attack. Now we got big life, but low attack.
That's first. The tree.
Nicholas.
You trade for
Yeah, even though I just threw out 5 zeros, nothing.
But you can prevent anybody from taking a shit.
Nothing on these.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
10.
They don't.
10.
Sadly. I'm just gonna
Uh,
start off.
one of those.
So you get a tap this to build the tech building instantly.
Alright. It goes back. Because that'd be first.
And
Yeah, so we've been doing that wrong. We haven't been paying attention to that. But yeah, from now on, I'll just use this as the quick reference page. Yeah, so they don't finish constructing. So really, like, you know, you can't build that tech stuff until that's been out. The tech buildings have so many signatures to them.
Only one guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you can't build Tech 2 stuff until that's been already built a whole turn. So, yeah.
And the only reason I wouldn't let it.
But it's something that we may have run into, may not.
But
Yeah,
it
maybe.
only gets Charlie 1 point.
Okay. Number 1, 2, 3.
And as a matter of time, if Charlie doesn't.
so you can't even attack base until you attack tech.
No, I can attack the base as long as you don't have any patrollers.
It's your turn.
Alright, already. Get my gold, 9 gold. 4, 6, 8, 9.
Yeah, you're
So if you can gain.
Well, I guess I could have attacked.
Yeah, I mean, you want to attack? Nope. I'll just,
I'll just attack if you take me.
oh yeah.
you have to.
I'll just, run this guy into this guy. So I'll deal 5 damage to that guy, killing that guy. You'll do 4 damage to me, killing me. I'll get 2 of those blood tokens. I'll get 2 blood tokens for 2 units dying.
Alright.
Yeah, so that guy will die. Yep. Okay, we got a bunch of gold, not too much to spend it on, so I'll level up my heroes to the max. Let's go 5 here. 5 for this one, make him 6, level 6. Level you up, 6 gold, take you to level 7. And then swing at the base for 3. No, swing at the base for 4. Then when it attacks, deal 3 damage to that opponent's base, so that's 7 damage.
Can you swing at the base?
That has to be blocking, but I don't think that's buildings can't block. The buildings can't be on patrol.
Oh, okay.
So I can choose to take that out if I do want to. Just like that one thing of mine that you took out, the rickety building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll do 7 with her. So that'll take it to 9. And I'll swing with this guy, which is 4. Shovel patroller to an empty slot in his patrol zone whenever kills a technician. Yeah, just swinging 4 right here, so that's 5.
That's pretty good.
5. Swing 4 here. Deal 3 damage to a unit. No, that's just the tap ability. So I'll just deal 4 damage with the attack here. So that'll take you to 1. And then spend up blood, wound token. Do 1 to a unit ability. Yeah.
Alright.
That's cool. Yep, man. So you'll give it out of 10 when you give it the first play.
I'll play like a 7.
7? Yep. I think it's my top 5 card games like
Probably
this.
like, especially like if you played it, more times,
Yeah,
it'd be like,
I mean that's what I was saying. Like
I
playing with the same
I like
person.
games like this instead of Magic because you ain't got to sit there and buy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I got a bunch of games like this, so yeah. Yeah, whenever you're ready for another one, we can do it. But
It's like a step up from like Smash Up or something like that.
yeah. Smash Up. I don't really like Smash Up too much because Smash Up is like somebody knows the good combo, then they're gonna crush you.
I don't know. I got the book ones now.
I got one from Goodwill for like $3 or $5. Yeah, but you want to do this again or something else?
We can do something else.
Yeah. We can do Redlands if you want to, or something else. But you say something about Marvel?
I'm a Marvel collector.
Marvel collector.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I love me. Yeah, I got to do a box opening on my channel or whatever for these Marvel.
I'm more, at this point, I'm more about consolidating what I've got.
But it's very similar to Magic. I have it on.
It's on your phone.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. I mean, they got that game coming too, but I think you gotta have beta access for that. I don't have the beta access on that, but there's this game called the Versus System too.
How do you keep up?
Yeah, I'm sorry, 5 years.
Keep up with the games or keep up
With
with
the cards, like
the ones with the dots on them. Take those ones out. Dots in the top left. All right. Yeah, that's been Codex. Hope you enjoy. Later, get it.